So today I'm going to be ranking all of the NBA finals that happened in the 2020s so far, in my opinion, from worst to best. Let's go. Coming in at number 6 for what I have as the worst finals in the 2020s is the series between the Miami Heat and the Denver Nuggets. And now this wasn't a bad like playoffs, there's many memorable moments from this series from the playoffs alone, but just compared to the other series, the other finals that I've ranked in this video, is there just wasn't like excitement in it. Like we all know who was gonna win. The Heat had great storyline coming from being the eighth seed from a play-in team, making it all to the championship. But we all knew, and if you say you didn't know, then you must be on something because we all knew that with Nikola Jokic, I think a three-time MVP at the time, or well, he still is a three-time MVP. But the point is, we all knew that this team was gonna win, and the Heat got one game on them, which Jimmy buckets. He was gonna get one game at least, you know. So yeah, I just think that compared to the other teams that were in the other finals, there just wasn't much excitement. We all knew who was going to be Finals MVP. We already knew who was going to win. Most people had it in Denver in 4, but the Heat just had to sneak up and get one. And they like every game, Denver was leading most of the game, if not the whole game in every game. And I think even game 2, they were like up most of the game until like probably the second half, and the Heat really came in and took it. And that was game 2, so it could have they were going into Miami 1-1, but Denver went into Miami and just got 2 wins on the road, and that's it's history. Denver won their first championship. The Denver Nuggets did it. So that's why I got that series at number 6, because it wasn't really exciting. There wasn't too much to it. We already knew what was going to happen, how the outcome was going to be. So that's why I have that in that spot. On to the next one. And coming in at number 5, I have the Dallas Mavericks versus the Boston Celtics. And I was actually into this series. I didn't think this was a bad series. It could have gone 50-50 because you can't count out Luka, and Kyrie is we already know what Kyrie can do to anybody in a one-on-one. So an ISO situation. But with the star power of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, Dallas Mavericks couldn't keep up with them. Their supporting cast was just better on Boston, in my opinion. They had Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, Derek White. Who else? Peyton Pritchard. That was I believe he's a sixth man of the year. Don't quote me on that. I didn't need to check that again. I need to check that real quick, but I should have checked that before I made this video. But from this series, we got a Finals MVP debate whether it should have been Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. I mean, right this year, currently Jaylen Brown. I mean, I don't want to say he surprised everybody, but like bro's being an MVP level player, and they all knew he could do that because of like the amount of money this man they paid him. They paid him over like 300 something million. I mean, the most in the NBA at the time, I believe. If not still today. So they all knew what Jaylen Brown could do for the team. So it was 50-50, but I think Jaylen Brown's defensive presence on the court, both offensive and defense, was probably the stepping stone for him getting Finals MVP. Because I'm pretty sure he was locking up either Luka or Kyrie. I'm not too sure because this was 3 years ago and I didn't brush up on the finals like I should have. But I'm just going based off of like what I remember. It was only a few years ago. Like I know like the Finals MVP, Jaylen Brown. it went to 5 games. I did look that up. So Boston in 5. So that's also why I put it at this spot at number 5, because just like the last series with Denver and the Heat, I just thought that this was a quick series. It was like 5 games. That's not really enough games for it to be high up on the list. So that's why it's at spot number 5. Let's go on to the next series. All right, and coming in at number 4, again featuring the even younger Boston Celtics team with Grant Williams, Marcus Smart. They had some veteran players, Al Horford. And Al Horford was on the championship team too. I actually forgot to mention him in the last series. But they were just no match for this actually mixed team of veteran and young core, very young Golden State Warriors team. Like the expertise of Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Stephen Curry, mixed with a bunch of young players. And actually, I forgot to say, Andrew Wiggins, an all-star that season, big clutch player. Some may even say he should have won Finals MVP, but I think they got it right this time by giving Steph Curry a Finals MVP. It's only right. He very much so deserved it. So, yeah, that's why this is in 4th, because Curry getting his 4th ring and first Finals MVP against a Boston Celtics team. This was a very entertaining 6 games against Boston Celtics. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, first time in the finals. So they were still learning, even though they've been to the Eastern Conference Finals like 6 times before they got to the finals. So it was definitely, they were definitely due for a finals run. Couldn't get it done here, but obviously they got it done in 2024 against Dallas. So that's why I'm putting this one at number 4, because I think by being in games, 6 games, that it puts it over the other 2. But it's like in the middle lining, it had enough like entertaining storyline to it. Yeah, the big 3 in Golden State, the dynasty's still alive, and then also getting the first time players getting their rings: Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, this fool. So, oh, and I forgot to say Jonathan Kuminga. How could I forget Jonathan Kuminga? He's on Atlanta now, but he was a young part. He was a big part of this team for the regular season. I don't remember him too much in the playoffs. I'm not gonna lie. It was 2022. Can't remember that far back. But I know the mix of that veteran finals like pedigree, that championship pedigree, and Kevon Looney. Oh, come on, bro. That was like a second part glue besides Draymond keeping that team together. So yeah, that's my take on that series. That's why I have that at number 4. So let's go on to number 3. Can you guys guess which one I'm gonna put at number 3? And coming in at number 3, in the top 3, as you guys can see from the background, I have put the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Miami Heat finals, the bubble finals in Orlando on lockdown. I mean, some people think this finals didn't really count. It wasn't anything. They didn't have a parade. They didn't have an audience. They had it all virtually, via Zoom, like, but still, just a history that was made there. With just a bubble alone was history, even though it's not big history. It's the first finals ever. You could say whatever you want about it. That there's nothing gonna be like that, anything like that, most likely. It's very slim chance. But the main reason why I got it at number 3 was obviously LeBron wins his 4th ring, just like Curry in the previous series. But I just had LeBron over because, LeBron's trajectory, everybody he's the chosen one, the king. Like, everybody has these very high things to say about him, which so very much deserved. What he's done for the game of basketball is crazy. No one else is gonna probably be able to do what he's doing. Even currently now, he's first in almost any category you can name. He's number 4 in assists. I think everything else he's number 1 in. Like, can anybody else reach this man? Like, I don't think so. So that's why, like, greatness needs to be respected. Like, so deserves, and he got Finals MVP four times, four regular season MVPs, four Finals MVPs, and four rings. I mean, bro, how the way he's playing with Luca and Austin Reeves this season, like that's a small low key big three. I know no one's naming it that. I know LeBron, he's old and nobody is scared of him no more. But listen, man can go off whenever he wants. Don't let him fool you. Like his legs are still working actually. So that's why I have this series. So that's why I have this series at number three, just because. Oh, and AD dominant performance by AD and LeBron. Um, there were some games it did go to game six. It went to game six, so I do think it was entertaining. The Heat is just a defensive team, so I'm not gonna lie. I did watch that finals a few times on YouTube, and I did see or I'll say this: the games that the Lakers lost, they were playing bad defense. They were trying to play zone and they were just giving wide open shots and they weren't playing any defense. The games they won, amazing defense. But I don't want to be talking bad about the Heat. The Heat still have amazing defense. Their dogs, like any team in Miami, like you might not know the players, but they're there for a reason. And the coaching staff and the front office know that they're meant to be there. And they build within that organization. So definitely that team. But this series in particular with Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, it was a good team. It was a good team. First year, Tyler Hero, young Bam. I mean, Bam's still young. He's I think just entered his prime, scoring 83 points and shit. I mean, we'll see what he could do in the future. Hopefully, he don't go to Las Vegas. We don't know, or Seattle. Probably got him going to Las Vegas over Seattle. But please, just stay in Miami. Let's do that. But all right, I'm gonna go into the number two spot. And at the number two spot, this was a very hard toss up, in my opinion, because all of these teams that are in the next coming spots, number two and number one, could have gone 50-50 in my opinion. But as you guys can see from the gameplay, I have put the OKC Thunder and the Indiana Pacers. The only reason why is because, in my opinion, going into the finals, in my opinion, I already know who was going to win. Even though the Indiana Pacers and Tyrese Halliburton had an amazing run, I think buzzer beaters against every team they faced, literally in every part of the playoffs, first round, second, semifinals, and Eastern Conference, and even the finals, buzzer beater, last second shots, Tyrese Halliburton, crazy insane clutch player. Um, and they went to a 7-game series, the first 7-game series of this decade, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Like 2020 went to 6, 2021 went to 6, 22 went to 6, 23 went to 5, 24 went to 5. Yep, this was the first game 7 series. So that was mind blowing that the Pacers gave them that much trouble, because the OKC Thunder was a 66 win team. There was no shot that this game should have went to 7 games. The Indiana Pacers were just putting on a show at every part of that playoff season. I mean, it's just insane what they did. Like, they put on a show. They made it very entertaining. I mean, it's very unfortunate what happened to Tyrese Halliburton. I hope he comes back and comes back even better like Jason Tatum is. But, man, like, that injury is no joke. Like, any injury is tough to come back from, but especially what he endured during Game 7, bro, that could take a toll on your mental, too. Like, but we all knew Shea was going to win Finals MVP if they won. He won MVP that season. He's going to win MVP this season. I mean, listen, this is why I have it at number 2, because the the next series, if you guys know which one it's going to be, I thought both the teams were equal. This other team, that this was their second year in the playoffs, and like for this core, they made it to the finals, I believe. I mean, you could check me. I don't remember, but I remember last year or the year prior. Then from the time they won, they lost in the second round, I believe, and then this time in this season. They won the finals. So yeah, that's why I had them in this spot because like we all knew their team was better. Definitely Pacers put gave them work for sure, but the next series was just as entertaining and memorable. So many memorable moments in this spot number one. And as you guys can see from the gameplay, I have in spot number one for the finals of the 2020s, I have the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Phoenix Sun. And I believe that this was the best finals series of the 2020s just because they were both, I feel like, unequal teams. As Phoenix had Chris Paul, Devin Booker, young DeAndre Ayton. I mean, Mikal Bridges, defensive lockdown for the guards. I mean, Devin Booker, Kobe-esque, like look at the shot. That's buckets right there. But then they couldn't stop Giannis Antetokounmpo. Drew Holiday also a lock for Chris Paul. Chris Paul couldn't do nothing against Drew Holiday. I'm sorry to say. I honestly listen. I was rooting for Chris Paul though, but I wasn't mad about who won because I'm a fan of Giannis. I'm a big fan of Giannis, but I felt like Chris Paul, if he was ever gonna win a ring, this was his best moment. And obviously he couldn't make it back. He tried very much going to Golden State, Spurs. Um, I feel like he should have teamed up with LeBron and the Lakers, just playing with the friend, but he didn't do that, so it is what it is. But yeah, number one spot because we didn't know who was gonna win. In my opinion, you could say you thought the Bucks, but in my opinion, they were both equal teams. And yeah, if the Phoenix Suns were gonna win, I had Devin Booker winning Finals MVP. He was the best player on that team that year. But Giannis is a two-time MVP, one-time Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, bro, this team is a heart and soul of Milwaukee, and who know what his future is. So that's why I feel like we should put some respect on this performance. He dropped 50 piece in Game 6. It didn't go to Game 7, but if it did go to Game 7, it would have been so damn good. It would have gone down to the wire. And I mean, honestly, listen, I think Chris Paul would have done whatever he could have done to get that ring if they were in a Game 7. So luckily, it didn't go to Game 7, and the Bucks won that finals in 2021. I think it was 50 years from the last time that they won their finals. I think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was there the last time they won the finals. So that's a big part of history. Um, so yeah, that's my ranking of the 2020's finals. So let me know in the comments what you think. If you agree with this ranking, if you don't, let me hear what you guys think in the comments of what your ranking is of the finals of the 2020s. I'd love to hear it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I got to remember to always say that in the videos, at the beginning of the videos, at the end of the videos, heck, even in the middle of the videos. Just don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share this video with a friend that likes basketball. Much appreciated. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.